Hi everyone, welcome to our latest betting preview of Wednesday's card at Happy Valley. I'm back on this week's show. We're joined by Hong Kong's favourite Charene Woo and Lucky Loaders. We'll be trying to find you, the viewers, the winners for the triple trio this week, covering races 5, 6 and 7. Also, Chris and Charene have their naps, which we'll disclose at the end of this episode. And also, I have my nap selection and a surprise, so make sure you kick around for that. Charene Woo, did you back oversubscribe last week?
Yes, it is happy that to see the horse finally can win again in Class 5, but I'm quite disappointed because so far he is still a Class 5 winner. So I hope in the future we will see him to win in a upper class.
Yeah, you got the business done under Zach Purton. Prior to this, it was a great spot by yourself, a winner in waiting. I had a good bet on him each way the week before at 33s. Couldn't believe he was that price. And obviously, I was really disappointed. He just missed out on third, finishing fourth. Absolutely finishing like a train that day. Lucky Loaders. You feeling confident about another winning nap at Happy Valley?
Yeah, hopefully. Last week wasn't so good, my end. Unlike the last few weeks where I've been amongst the winners, none of my selections really ran up to form last weekend. So yeah, hopefully we can be back amongst the winners at Happy Valley. In the UK though, the form's obviously picked up. I had that 20-1 winning nap on my YouTube channel last week, and we had a winning nap today as well. So at Wolverhampton. So hopefully we can bring some of that form to the Far East.
So let's hope the form continues. I do know your nap, and I feel quite confident about it. I do think it's a really big price, and it will go off shorter on the day. So, right, let's get into the triple trio. We're going to start with race 5. It's off at 12:45 UK time and 8:45 Hong Kong time. It's the 5 furlong Glenalley handicap, class 4 for 3-year-old plus. We'll start with Charene Woo. Who do we want to be on here?
I like number 1 next model because this horse, it is quite a fast horse with good and consistent gate speeds. Although in his recent start in Class 3, he was not able to win, but his rating is dropped and then down in Class 4 on Wednesday night. That's good because he is quite competitive in this class. And also at the end of December, he scratched from a race, but it is not a big problem because he had a good trial in mid-January. This horse will also remove the hood to race on Wednesday night, and it is not a problem again because in the trial in mid-January, he was one without the hood and he could still win the trial. So down in Class 4, this horse, there is a huge chance for him to win. So I like number 1 next model.
Number 1 next model, Charene Woo selection is currently 5-1. Obviously steps down in class, and a distance from 6 furlongs to 5 furlongs I think will suit this horse. Booking of Christian Simeon is obviously an eye catcher. Was ridden handily last time out and just sort of tiring late on. So I do think the step back and trip will help. Do you think Simeon will try and be handy with this one from stall 11, or do you think he'll try and tuck in, or how do you think he'll ride this one?
Yes, this horse is probably will lead because gate 11 not a problem because he had a winner in Class 4 before last season, and it was jumped from a wide gate again. So wide gate doesn't matter.
Okay, so Charene sounds very keen on number 1 next model at 5-1. Christian Simeon can get across from that draw 11 and hopefully make all. Chris Loader, what do you like in this race?
Yeah, I thought this was a real head scratcher actually. Quite a few in here coming in here, not really great form claims. There's a few as well making their debuts in Hong Kong. So I thought it was quite a tricky one. And that's why I've kind of played it safe here with Whiskey Neat, who I put up last time a couple of weeks ago. He's got the plum draw in stall 1, so that's a really positive move for him. He likes to be up there with the pace as well. And he just got chinned late on in the closing stages over 6 furlongs, so they're dropping him back to 5 like Charene's selection. But yeah, John Moreira keeps the ride for Casper Founds. He is a maiden, this horse, which is maybe a slight negative. I know he's up there in the betting in our markets, but you'd like to think he has been running quite consistently of late, and his turn is coming, and maybe the drop back to 5 furlongs might just spark a little bit of life. But he could be one of those favourites that something could be out there in the race to come and nick him late on, or just there could be an improver lurking in here. So yeah, not an original selection for me, but I thought Whiskey Neat would go very close and would be my selection for the race.
Horse 3, Whiskey Neat, is 7-4 for Chris Loader. Obviously, the drawn one is a big advantage. Was actually beating a neck by the fast finishing Fastwood on the 9th of December. Me and Chris Loader were on that day. The winner actually came from the clouds and just chinned him on the line. Well beaten last time by Noble Birth, but I do think that the horse had a really good position that day. One concern I would have would be, has been unable to get his head in front from all 18 races at Hong Kong. The 7-4 looks a bit skinny for me, but hopefully it can drift in the day to maybe a more of a 5-2, more of a value price for me. So Chris Loader is keen on number 3, Whiskey Neat at 7-4, and Joe Moreira's on board that one. Moving on to race 6 is off at 1:15 UK time and 9:15 Hong Kong time. It's a 5 furlong Canon handicap class 3 for 3-year-old plus. We'll start with Charene Woo. Who do we want to be on here?
I like number 4, V Chevaliers. His form in this season is actually quite good. He has 3 winners and 2 second runner-ups so far, all over this course and distance. So I would say he is a course and distance expert. This horse has a 6-year-old side by Ocean Park. Now he is still able to improve in his this age. Although his rating has increased a lot in this season, he is still competitive because we can see that the horse is still improving. So recently, he had some good gallops in the morning, showing that this horse is very fit at this moment. And also on Wednesday night, he will jump from gate 6. It is also a good gate for him. Alexis Bedell is also a suitable jockey, so I will not be surprised if he win again.
And number 4, V Chevalier, is 6-1 for Charene Woo in race 6. Alex Bedell does get on well with him, won twice and placed twice on the last 4 occasions. A fast finishing third behind Chris Loader's Maldives last time out. We know how that went down with the triple trio being landed. Definitely has a chance, obviously, with Alex Bedell on board. Best price is 6-1 for number 4 V Chevalier for Charene Woo. Lucky Loaders, what do you like in this one?
Yeah, again, I thought this was a very competitive, tricky race. I thought you could give quite a few with a chance in here. V Chevalier's was definitely on my radar. I just wondered how much more he had left to come. The one I've gone for in the end was Daily Beauty for Joe Moreira and Casper Founds. Now, this one was really eye-catching last time out, over 6 furlongs, running on really strongly towards the end of the race, suggesting that the step up and trip to a mile should suit. You would have thought maybe going from 6 furlongs to a mile is quite a significant distance up in trip for this Daily Beauty. But if you go back through the form book long enough, he was a winner here back in June off a £6 lower mark, or actually a £9 lower mark. He's been running really consistently of late, mainly over 6 furlongs, but I think going back up in trip again to the mile might just suit him. He's going to want a fast pace to be aimed at, so he's got a not bad draw on still 9 to get tucked in. They could go quite a strong pace. If I had to maybe have another horse that I would be scared of, that would be number 2, Charizard, who I nearly did put up, but I was just not convinced. And also as well, Christophe Soumillon really did hit him quite a few times in the closing stages. So yeah, I just thought it was quite a tricky race, but I just thought Daily Beauty going up in trip, it might just suit him, and I think the Magic Man Joe Moreira can hopefully get us another winner on the card.
Number 7, Daily Beauty, is a 4-1 for Lucky Loaders here. Did stay on well last time out behind the eventual winner, Universal Gogo, who I thought got first run, strong at the finish. The step up in trip is certainly, I agree with Chris Loader on this, up to 1.5 miles. Will definitely play into this horse's strengths. I think this horse is often outpaced and obviously finishes strongly. If there's a pace on early here, this will really, really suit Daily Beauty, and this horse will be nailed on for a place if there's any pace early on. He's number 7, Daily Beauty. He's currently a 4-1 chance for Chris Loader, and Joe Moreira takes the rides. Moving on to race 7, which is off at 1:45 UK time and 9:45 Hong Kong time. It's the 1.5 mile Kingston Handicap Division 2 Class 4 for 3-year-old plus. Charene Woo, what are we on here?
In this race, I like number 8, Fabulous 8. He is a Class 4 winner in the beginning of this season. After that, he could still get a place in Class 3, so he is quite good over this course and distance. Last time out, he jumped from gate 7 and he wanted to lead. However, he had the first turn wide with the cover, but lastly, he could still finish 3rd. It was not bad, quite solid, I would say. And in this time, gate 6 is a bit better than last time out. I believe he will get a better position. especially under Joe Moreira on board again. I'm confident that he will perform the best and to win.
Number 8, Fabulous 8, 6-1 for Charene Woo. Joe Moreira on board. Obviously, that has a massive chance, and obviously, being closer to the rail, he's obviously got more of a chance this time out. Chris Loader, what do you like in this race?
Yeah, this is where my nap for the meeting is going to be coming from, and that is Kai Ying Dragon for Karis Teeton and David Hayes. Made his Hong Kong debut last time out, and I think he ran a credible race to finish 5th. Now, the winner that day was Kapani, who I remember putting up. I think he was part of my triple trio, if I remember correctly. But he did the job really well that day, Kapani, and he really did show a good turn of foot in the closing stages. However, the handicappers had his say-so on him, and it's raised him £11 in the weights, and Kapani had a good draw that day as well, so he really did utilise it. My selection this time, K Ying Dragon, was drawn slightly wide that day and still 9, which I know Charene did touch upon isn't a bad thing over the sprint trips, but for me, I always like to be drawn towards the inside, and today he's got a much better draw in still 2. So if he can be handy, just tracking the pace, I think he can step up from his performance last time. If you actually go back from his form from when he was trained in Australia, he was a classy juvenile. I think he finished 3rd in a Group 1 down under. So, he's got a bit of class about him, and he might be better than a mark of 77 in time. And I just think tomorrow, I think he's got a really good chance. And I think with him being better at the weights now with Kapani, there's less between them. I think he can reverse the form and get us hopefully a winning nap at Happy Valley.
Chris Loader seems bullish, and the nap is out early. And number 1, Kaijin Dragon's currently a 7-2 chance, which I think is quite a big price. I do think he will go off shorter on the day. Ran a solid race in Hong Kong debut behind easy winner Kerpenny. Stayed on well that day, and you'd expect improvement. Stall free is obviously a bonus. I expect this one to be handy. It's interesting, Fabulous 8 with the linked form with Kerpenny. So both of you must think that form is solid. So I would expect a few of our viewers to maybe be chucking in a forecast, a reverse forecast for this one. So Chris Loader is keen on number 1, Kaijin Dragon at 7-2, and Charene likes number 8, Fabulous 8 at 6-1. So moving on to our viewers' favourite part of the show, it's nap time. We're going to start with Charene Woo. What do you like here?
For my best bet for the meeting will be in race 3, number 7, My Aesthetic. This 4-year-old started his racing career in Hong Kong since this season, and we can see that he's getting better and better after 3 starts. Last time out was his first time to use the leading tactic, and he could finish 2nd, just beaten by a short margin. So it was quite impressive to me, and I believe on Wednesday night he will also be able to lead again, and it is time for him to break maiden under Joe Moreira.
So Charene Woo's nap runs in race 3, number 7. My Ecstatic is currently a 5-2 chance under Joe Moreira. I know Chris Loader mentioned earlier his nap is in race 7, number 1, Kaijin Dragon at 7-2 under Karis Teeton. Is there anything else that caught your eye in the field, Chris Loader?
No, not particularly. I was quite keen in the 2:15 on Alpha Hedge for Jerry Chow and Francis Louis. I think he's got a really good chance. Interesting that Jerry's been booked. It wouldn't be an episode of In the Beer Garden if we didn't put up a Jerry Chow horse. I just think it's interesting that he's not aboard Delightful Louse, which he's ridden on his last couple of starts, and I put up last time and just got there too late. So I think, it's interesting that they're claiming Jerry on Alpha Hedge, and I think he'll run a good race each way. Yeah,
it's very interesting, Chris Loader, because this is the one that I thought was the value bet. Race 8, number 8, Alpha Hedge. As I say, couldn't have an episode without a Jerry Chow selection. I thought Alpha Hedge ran a massive race last time out in Shai Tin, going down by 2 lengths to Circuit 3. He was a 90-1 chance that day, but unfortunately, we won't be getting any of that at Happy Valley on Wednesday. He's a 12-1 chance. I just feel with Jerry Chow taking off that valuable £7, and in a weaker race, he has a huge chance. So Alpha Hedge, number 8, race 8, will be my nap at 12-1. Now we will pass over to David with his long shot on the Wednesday card at Happy Valley.
Hello guys, I'm David. Welcome to January 27, Happy Valley race day. Before we jump into the recommendation for today, right? Last week I think my recommendation ran, I think, placing number 3rd, but at least for the prediction, right? All the 3 horses is on board, right? So I hope that we can continue the same luck and winning form, right, this week. Okay, so for today, right, my recommendation for value bet is in race 4, right? So let me bring up my my handicap list. So in race 4, right, my speed figure predicted number 1 and number 2 as the best chance of winning in this race, right? So my personal recommendation is horse number 2, Top Score, right? The barrier is a bit bad, not a very good draw, but with the speed in this race, right? Like that number 9 will be leading, number 10 will be leading. The pace will be a bit fast, I presume, right? And this horse has a very good tendency to sprint home, right? Then if you look at the past record, right, for Top Score, right, so this horse I think won previously with blinkers on, right? So right now they put back the blinkers and also change down in class, right? So put back the blinkers and down in class, right? So I feel that with this speed figure, right, this horse has a very good potential of winning. So let me look at the odds in this race, right? So the favorite is number 4, Everforce, right? So if you look at the odds for number 2, Top Score, right, is paying 1 to 12, which is quite a decent one, right? I think I will keep to my recommendation on Top Score, right? So I hope this horse will run a very good race, and I see you again next week, right? Good luck.
That's all we have time for this week. Good luck on your selections at Happy Valley on Wednesday. Make sure you subscribe to Sharene's channel, like this video, and leave us a comment on your best bets and triple trio selections for this week's meeting at Happy Valley. Also, check out our UK and Irish betting podcast. We're releasing a special episode for the Fiestas meeting at Gowran Park on Thursday, so make sure you check that out. I'll put a link in the bio to the podcast. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes and Spotify. Please remember, gamble responsibly, and have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's great.